Welcome back. This is All This Math, and I'm Professor Parker, and I got Frederick Douglass here with me. Make sure you are familiar with Frederick Douglass, that ancestor, and his work, right, in abolition, and also his work in writing and whatnot. Also make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video with at least 2 people. And also, if you have any questions or comments about anything I explained, please put your questions or comments in the comment section. All right, now what are we doing today? We are using addition, or we're going to be adding using the arrow way. Now, arrow way is something that, depending upon what school your child goes to, they might be introduced to in the second grade or the first grade, right? We're adding 2-digit numbers. I got 2 examples up here. The first one is already worked out. So I'm going to just explain to you what I did. And then we're going to do number 2 together. All right. So the first one says 17 plus 15. 17 plus 15. That's equal to 32. Now, how did I get that answer? Using the arrow way, though, right? Arrow way, what you do is you start with your first add-in, right? This is an add-in, this is an add-in, this is our sum. You start with your first add-in, you write it down. We got 17. And then we're going to add 15. But instead of just adding 15, we're essentially going to break 15 apart into its tens and its ones. Its tens and its ones. So 15 can be expressed as 10 plus 5. Because 10 is how many tens? 10 is the amount of tens we have. 5 is the amount of ones we got, right? Or we have one group of tens, which is represented as 10. So I draw an arrow and I write plus 10 on top, right? We can also use the arrow way to do subtraction, but we're not doing subtraction right now. We're doing addition. So we got 17 plus 10. That brings us to 27. How do I know that? Because if I increase the number of tens, right? I got one group of tens. I add another group of tens. Now I got 2 groups of 10, which is 20. So I got 27. That 7 is still there. That 7 is still there, bringing me to 27. Now what's left? I got the 5. I got to add the 5. What's 27 plus 5? So what you could do is this. We can count on from 27, right? 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's 5. See 5 fingers? That's 5. We end up at 32. 32. That's 5 fingers. That's 32, right? That's one way to do it. Or we could say, you know what? 7, we could break 5 down into 3 plus 2, right? 3 plus 2. Why? Because 27 plus 3 is going to take me to 30. And then the 30 plus the other 2 that's left is going to take me to 32. So it's a few ways to get 32. Or we can think of it like this. If you have your addition facts memorized, right? We should have our addition facts memorized. We should know that 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. We should know that 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. So that's like saying 20 plus 7 plus 5 and 20 plus 12, because 7 plus 5 is the same thing as 12. So 20 plus 12. Now think about 20 plus 12. 12 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. 12 is the same thing as 10 plus 2. So think about all these equivalent expressions that I'm throwing at you. That's important for your children to understand. Your children should understand equivalent expressions. That's going to help them when they get to algebra. It's going to help them a lot when they get to algebra, right? And higher level math classes, understanding that as early as possible. So 20 plus the 10 plus 2, 20 plus 10 is 30, because you got 2 groups of 10 already. Add another group of 10 that gives you 30. And then you add the 2 to 30, you get 32. So it's a bunch of ways that we could get 32. All right, now let's go to the next problem. 27 plus 13. Now, if you want to work this out by yourself, go ahead, hit the pause button on this video, work it out by yourself, and then hit play when you're done. See if you get the same answer that we get. All right, so 27 plus 13. My first add-in is 27, so I'm just going to rewrite 27, just like I did up here. I rewrote 17. So we're going to write 27, and then I'm going to write an arrow, because we're using the arrow way. All right, now I'm going to break 13 down into 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3, right? I need my 10s over here. I need my 1s over here. So I got 10 and 3, 10 and 3. Just like up here, I had 10 and 5, 10 and 5. That's equal to 15. 15 breaks down into 10 and 5. So I'm going to do plus 10. And what does that equal? 27 plus 10. 27 means I got 2 groups of 10 and 7 ones. Now I add another group of 10. I add another group of 10. Now I got 3 groups of 10. 3 groups of 10 is 30. 10 plus 10 plus 10, or 10 times 3. 10 times 3, right? That's still 30. Either way, you get 30. And that also shows the relationship between multiplication and addition. So now we got 30, and the 7 is still there. The 7 ones is still there. So that becomes 37. 27 plus 10 is 37. Now, what do I do with this 3? Now I'm going to draw another arrow, and I'm going to add 3. Now, we could just count up or count on. You know, the textbooks say count on, right? From 37. From 37, we can have a balled up fist and then put up 3 fingers, because we're adding 3. 38, 39, 40. 38, 39, 40. 38, 39, 40. right? And that's what we end up with. That's our answer. That's our sum, right? So our sum is 40. And that's how you use the arrow way for doing addition. It's similar to number bonds. It's similar to quick 10 drawings. It's similar to the traditional algorithm for addition where you stack the numbers on top of each other. But it's important to know as many methods as possible because this helps our children become more fluent with mathematics and become more confident in mathematics. All right. Now, if you're a parent watching this, don't get frustrated. Just learn it. Just learn it so you can help your children. It's going to pay dividends. I promise you, long term, it's going to pay dividends. All right. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribed if you weren't already. If you still got questions, that's cool. I welcome all the questions. I want all the questions, right? I want all of them. Put them in the comment section. Put your questions in the comment section. Also, please share this video with at least two people. At least two people. And make sure you are very familiar with Frederick Douglass. All right. Make sure you're familiar with Frederick Douglass and make sure your children are too. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.